Right, we are live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are back for another match of the Singapore Sevens. This one, Fiji versus Great Britain, an extremely intriguing contest. Fiji, they are the defending champions of this competition in Singapore. They are up against Great Britain, who are always a lottery in terms of what to expect, but they've got a pretty decent, handy side here. So if Fiji are caught napping in the early stages of their competition, perhaps we could see a GB upset. Looking through at Fiji's starting lineup, though, it is Josefa Talatholo, Seville Mothanothangi, Jeremiah Matana, who is also the captain of this Fijian side, Ioane Tiba, Taria Vailawa. Great to see him in the starting lineup. I know sometimes they like to use him off the bench instead of starting him. Vuiviwa Nadovalu, who's an absolute try-scoring machine, and then George Palsy, the last man. And the starting side for the Great British side, it is Marcus Kershaw, Finlay Callaghan, Charlton Kerr, who is also the captain, Tom Burden, Matt Davison, Luca Bardelli, and also Ryan Frostwick. But we are now underway. Ladies and gentlemen, Fiji kicking off this game from left to right in Singapore. And so far in the first group, oh, that's a great step straight off the bat from GB, breaking through two tackles, almost creating a attacking opportunity right from the get-go for Matt Davidson. But yeah, the other group has been very intriguing. The two underdogs have won the first two opening contests in that group, which means whoever wins this game can be well and truly in a great position heading towards the semi-finals, as you never quite know who you're going to be facing. But ball on the outside, nicely done by Charlton Kerr, going into the hands of his winger Davidson once more. Driving tackled in by Seville Mothanothangi. Across to the left again here, wide cut-out pass. GB, they have got plenty of pace across the side. Marcus Kershaw trying to show that down the wing. Now thought about the little chipper behind GB, now moving to only about 7 metres out from the try line. A chance to get the steal, but Jeremiah Matana has been penalised. Quick tap taken by Tom Burden. Short pop pass, and it's the first try of the contest to another underdog. And that is going to be Charlton Kerr. Does get the early try. This competition at the moment just seems to be everyone who's not supposed to win is leading throughout these games. Atosa Vititosa, my Pacific brothers for Amalosi Uso, says Osangi there. Yeah, welcome and hope you're doing extremely well. I hope you're excited for this game, although Fiji are going to have to come from behind now. They are sitting 7-0 down up against Great Britain, who are ranked 7th out of the 8 sides. Fiji are currently ranked 2nd in the overall standings. Now, ready to kick this one off once more. Going to be Great Britain to decide to go down towards Fiji's 22. Good take from Seville Mothanothangi as he gets wrestled towards the sideline from Charlton Kerr. Now, Ioane Timba. He's got plenty of pace. He's still going sideways, but offloads it on the inside to Josefa Talatholo. Another offload from him to Jeremiah Matana. Of course, you're never going to have a phase play from Fiji without about 3 or 4 offloads involved in it. And does a Fiji and a little knock on there from the Fijians, which does give GB the scrum feed 42 metres out from Fiji's line. Oh, do you reckon, lad? Or what do you reckon, lad, who's taking this one? Well, going into this game, I thought it would be Fiji. But seeing they should still be able to do it, but sides haven't really been able to come from behind so far throughout the Singapore Sevens, unless you are the USA up against Japan in the women's Sevens. I feel like a majority of the other games, whoever's leading at halftime seems to go on to win the game. So, if GB can score themselves 1 or 2 more tries in quick succession here, they might actually put the Fijians in a pretty difficult position. But now, looking to run this one away to the far side of the field, little chipping behind, but Fiji have managed to control this ball now in the breakdown. George Balsi plays halfback. Now passes back across to the right-hand side. Couple more passes from Fiji out to Josefa Talatholo. Another offload from him to Jeremiah Matana. Those two working together very nicely. Seville Mothanothangi. It's going to be a penalty against him in the breakdown for pulling that ball out by the looks of that, or they're saying, okay, bound to the right, not allowed to push that ball back, says the referee. So GB, on the technicality, get themselves another penalty. That's now 2 penalties against Fiji to the 0 against Great Britain. Now quick tap taken by Charlton Kerr. It's normally one of the standouts for Great Britain, although so far throughout this game we've seen a lot of Matt Davidson. He has another carry there. Across to the right-hand side. That looked like Will Homer, but I think it was actually Frostwick who was wearing that number 4 jersey today for Great Britain. Now slinging it across to the left-hand side. There's a bit of a divot in the field already from someone's boot getting stuck. Charlton Kerr out wide trying to get round the outside. It's going to be nicely done by Josefa Talatholo. Had he not been able to claim it, it would have actually been a deliberate knockdown. Could have been a yellow card. Now George Balsey pops it on the inside to Ioane Teba. He's got 2 men with him. Offloads back to Balsey. Goes on to Mothinothangi. Now Talatholo, they're starting to open up this Great British side that little bit more now. Jeremiah Matana, 2-man tackle. Wanting that still, GB, not quite able to get it. Talatholo plays halfback. On across to the left. Nice couple steps in a row from Vuiviwa Nadovalo. He's going to pin the ears back and scores the try in the corner. It won't be an easy kick, but it is the first try of the contest for the Fijians, so it's a great start. And of course, you can always score more tries if those conversions are unsuccessful. Go Fiji, go. And come on, Britain, says Nick. And there too, but a great step coming there from Vuiviwa Nadovalo, just stepping around half of this Great Britain side and then showing off his pace to get round the outside of Frostwick. A great try scored in the corner for Fiji. And we have got there the piece there from, it is Ituati. And can you read out my Sevens lineup, please, and rate it, says John. I possibly won't get enough time just because of how quickly the Sevens does end up going, but Vuiviwa Nadovalo series tries at the moment. He's sitting on 14. Marcos Manera and Luciano Gonzalez, the 2 men behind him, they are on 10. So it just shows you how dangerous Vuiviwa Nadovalo has been. The fact that he is 4 tries clear of any other man on the 7 circuit, and tackle made there by Ioane Timba. Currently 50 seconds remaining in this first half. Great Britain going away to the left-hand side once more, trying to get the pass on. Gets it out to Marcus Kershaw. He's shown that he's got a little bit of pace too, trying to run it sideways and get it around to Ria Vailawa. He just about can. Vailawa's not giving up though. Drags him down just short. That is absolutely brilliant defence from the Fijian, who's about half the size of Marcus Kershaw, and Fiji win the penalty. The crowd are on their feet there as they just realised how brilliant that was from Tereo Vailawa. He caught Marcus Kershaw, then got up, managed to get in the breakdown and steal that position as well. And now Fiji going for the counter-attack. I don't know if Great Britain have much left in the tank now after that full field try attempt. It's not worked out for this GB side. Josefa Talatholo goes on the inside. It is none other than once again Vuiviwa Nadovalo, and he scores another try for the Fijians. Try number 15. And I mentioned how not many sides have come from behind in the second half to win a competition match. Fiji now going to the half with the lead. They are saying about the heartbreak for Marcus Kershaw going from one end of the field, being caught by Tereo Vailawa, who initially missed the tackle but then put in an extra bit of effort and got in there. Low tackle made. It was perfectly done by Vuiviwa, from Tereo Vailawa, and then Vuiviwa Nadovalo gets the try down the other end of the field. Give Nadovalo an inch, he will take a yard. He absolutely will, and he has got a double in this contest already. Go Fiji, go, says Setalai, and also Yesa Fiji, says Osangi there. But halftime in this contest now 7 points to 12. Fiji have taken the lead for the first time in this matchup. Just a 1 try for GB from Charlton Kerr, the 2 for Vuiviwa Nadovalo. Now, I should mention the next game for the Fijians, that is up against Spain. We are also going to be covering that one on the channel. And then their last game of the group, it's up against South Africa. That is a must-win for both of those sides, definitely with how close some of these other games have been. But that contest between Fiji and Spain, it is kicking off at 9 p.m.-ish New Zealand time. So around 3 hours, 15 minutes away from that next match. I will mention we've got one more game of the Sevens for round number 1. That is between Spain and South Africa. That is kicking off in around 10 minutes time. And then the next Sevens live stream after that is in 2 hours and 50 minutes and that is between Argentina and New Zealand. Go Fiji, go, says Arvin there. Well, if you get time, please read my lineup, says John there. Yeah, the Sevens is always absolutely flat out. I assume a couple subs will probably be made by Great Britain as well heading into the second half, just purely because of the amount of fatigue that will be out there on the park from the quick pace they have been trying to play. But, tell you what, Vuiviwa Nadovalo, I think, of course it's still early on in the season, so it's hard to get too far ahead of ourselves. We're at Singapore, there's still 3 more legs remaining. I don't see a way that that man doesn't score 20 plus tries throughout this season. Maybe even 25. Because we've got to remember, championship is also taking place too. But even just on this regular circuit, I think we're going to see a massive amount from Vuiviwa Nadovalo. And the best thing about it is, it's not that he's not passing the ball. It's just that he is the guy who's ending up in the right place, right time, and receiving that crucial pass or creating the opportunity for himself. Nice take from was Torio Vailawa right next to the sideline, but we're back underway in this contest for the second half. Josefa Talafolo passes across now to Vuiviwa Nadovalo, passes off to Balsi. Now going to receive that pass back, or does he? Yes, he does. Vuiviwa Nadovalo receives the pass from Balsi, who probably could have gone by himself, but he gives it off to his teammate. And that is a hat trick for Vuiviwa Nadovalo. I think 25 tries is probably realistic now, looking at how he started this one. But brilliant work from George Balsi. And again, it was just the running for Vuiviwa Nadovalo. Didn't require anything too fancy. Just had to pin the ears back and win the foot race, which, I mean, when doesn't that man win it? Discipline is key to victory, says Arvin. Yeah, they haven't been penalised a lot since that first minute of the contest. Since then, Fiji, they've had a lot of the possession and they've been making the most of it. Missing that kick away to the right-hand side, but 6 minutes remaining on the clock and 17 points to 7. The scoreline here, high again, says, what's up, guys? Welcome in. Fiji lead by 10. Of course, with so many uncertainties around the other group, one thing that normally is for sure is that in Singapore, the Fijians go, wow, that really hurts. That looked like an ugly driving tackle from Josefa Talatholo. He went past the horizontal, landed on his shoulder. It's a yellow card for Josefa Talatholo. That was actually a really ugly landing for Frostwick and could have easily been something a little bit more serious. Yeah, it's just a driving tackle from Josefa Talatholo. Bullet, please, Amish, don't only back UK, says Mark. Don't only back the UK. I've just been praising Vuiviwa Nadovalo for the past about 5 minutes about how I think he's going to score more tries than anyone else. But he's playing for Fiji, not GB. And Ogre Knight says, what's up, guys, live? But now it is going to be a scrum feed in favour of Great Britain. Nice moment there from Vuiviwa. Oh no, it was actually Torio Vailawa who went over to him that time and just gave him a bit of a pat. Said, hope you're all right. Talatholo here is going to be off the field for the next 2 minutes of this contest. There's plenty of time for Great Britain to be able to get back into this contest. Right, they aren't going for a quick tap here. In fact, GB, they are going to kick that one into touch and look for the line out. And Rugby League team. See Johnny Blaze there. Just showing the slow-mo replay of Vailawa and Frostwick sharing a moment. Those two probably going to be running straight into each other after this. Line out, it is claimed by GB. It's nicely done as well by Frostwick, still putting the body on the line. 5 minutes remaining in this contest. This one's going to be kicked downfield from Great Britain. It looks like they should have someone back here for the Fijians. It is Torio Vailawa. It's one of the quickest players out there on the field at the moment. Passes it on the outside to George Balsi. Cuts back inwards, going sideways. Now turning around backwards before he passes off to his teammate Ioane Temba. Tries a bit of a skip just outside of his 22. Ball on the inside to the captain Matana. He sits down Frostwick. Picked up by Ioane Temba, running out of space on the far side. So deciding to cut back across. Now middle of the field. Vailawa, he's dropped that ball. Going to be a knock on. And now the scrum opportunity here for GB. When I play Sevens game on Rugby Challenge, the usual time is 7 minutes and it's really long. Says, what's up, guys? See there, Ioane Timber doing very well. In terms of some of that handling on the far side of the field. There's still 4 minutes left. That's a long time in a game of sevens. Great Britain are down by 10 at this point in time. And in every game that we've seen thus far, we have seen it be split by 7 or less. So I feel like if GB are to lose this game, they kind of need to follow that trend if they do want a chance of being able to go through to the next stage. Being unpressurised by 1 down is a major aspect discussed on training. Now Fiji will play what's being taught. Go Fiji, go, says Arvin. Yeah, they have had a lot of cards against them, Fiji, throughout this season. So in some regards, they've probably gotten used to having that man disadvantage. And if anything, it probably fires them up that little bit more. Had a good tackle completion throughout this competition, though. They've had 77% in this match. And Talatholo off the field for another 20 seconds. Now trying to cut through the middle of the field. For Great Britain, again going off to the right. A lot of the changes have now been made by GB. Woolley with the ball on the inside. Offload once more. And a chance to score, and it is. And now makes the game a little bit closer. I believe that's Ross McKnight. No, it's Brett Jackson who does manage to score it. And now, again, this game is getting closer. 12 points to 17 at this point in time. Golden point is a thing in this group as well, ladies and gentlemen, as well as all groups in the group stage. We'll go like that. We'll go like that. 17 points to 12. The Josefa Talatholo yellow card, it had just expired, but because of the fact that they hadn't had a stoppage, they couldn't get him back out there. Now he is there. And it's 17 points to 12. 7 on 7 for the last 3 minutes. Hi, Hamish, says Brandon. Welcome in, mate. Hope you're doing extremely well. We got Leon in the chat too. And that's a good lineup, says John. Right. Going to be kicked off now by Great Britain. And what was the score for the Australian Sevens and Argentina Sevens game? 19-14 in favour of the Australians. Right, there's a knock-on from Great Britain first. That is a massive mistake to make. So now gives the Fijians the scrum feed. Hamish, don't remember. What don't I remember? I don't remember a lot, to be fair, at the moment. But now, it's going to be the scrum feed. I think they're talking to Danny Kerr at the moment. I didn't even realise he was retired. But he is an ambassador now on the Sevens circuit. As Blitzbox next, they are, up against Spain. That game taking place in only a couple minutes' time. Going to wait to the left-hand side now. Oh, no, drop ball there from George Balsey. Let's decide to go out to the wing now. Cutting back across there. Nice run forward. Fiji, they are currently 22 metres out from their own try line. Are you 24 years old like me? I am not. I'm a bit older. I'm currently 26. Fiji will score, take my word, says Arvin there. Across to the left-hand side. They've got 2 minutes to be able to do it here for the Fijians, and it would mean that they do get away from the 7-point difference. And it would mean that they take away that bonus point of GB. Now, good attack and run for from Walangi. Passes it across to George Balsey. Inside ball here. This is the chance again for the Fijians. It's a good try. It's a hard landing, but a try nonetheless. Is Mungi Nasoko, who has managed to score that try. One of the debutants in this tournament. And I believe that has now secured the win for the Fijians. There is not a lot of time remaining on the clock, which I believe now should just about give the Fijians the win. You were correct, Arvin. You did say that you thought that Fiji were going to be able to score again. Or maybe you didn't even just think it. Maybe you just knew that they were going to be able to do it. It's fantastic work, though. We'll go like this. We'll go like that as well. I'm surprised you even know how to say players' names, even if they're from different countries. Says, what's up, guys? And am I right, dude? You were right, yes. You did see another try from the Fijians. Didn't see the conversion, though, unfortunately, for them. They did miss that one, but now GB, they have taken themselves a quick dab. Davison trying to run through that. Looked a little bit high from Josefa Talatholo. Has to be very careful, as he has already received a yellow card in this matchup already. Now passed on the outside. I'm going to run this one towards the corner as Joshua Radcliffe to bring back a bonus point for Team GB. If they were to score right now, they would also theoretically have enough time to get one last chance before the end of this game. Davidson thought about an offload, decides to hang on to it. A little bit scrappy from GB with the passing, so they will go back. Now another quick tap taken by Radcliffe. He steps through, scores the try. Great extension of the arm. And that's another one in this contest, and another game that is separated by less than 7 points. It is a trend at the moment in this competition, and I believe it's going to be something that really does matter when we get to the later stages of the comp. But the next game that is taking place, South Africa versus Spain, that one is kicking off very shortly, so we will be going back to the next live stream now. But I do thank you all very much for tuning in. If you did enjoy, of course, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, and I will see you all in about 2 minutes.